Hello everyone, welcome to my channel once again. So today's topic is modification of adventitious root. I have given a lecture on modification of taproot in my previous video. If you want more knowledge, you can go through that video. So let's start with this. So here also the modification of adventitious roots are for different purpose. So number one, we are going to study for mechanical support. Then storage of food and for other special functions, in which we are going to study about assimilatory root, parasitic root, and epiphytic root. Okay? In mechanical support, so first we are going to start with this. So first topic is the modification of adventitious root for the purpose of mechanical support. Here, the number one is the prop root. And the example is banyan tree. And scientific name is Ficus bengalensis. Fine, this is how we write the scientific name. So, in this kind of tree, you will see that the canopy of that tree is very huge. बहुत broad होता है canopy, बहुत heavy होता है plant. ये जो tree है वो बहुत heavy है. So, in that cases, the branches will start forming roots and that roots will reach up to the soil, and this root helps in supporting the plant. So these are the roots which are called as prop root, and the function is the mechanical support. Now you will see this in case of dicot plants. Fine. So prop roots you will see in dicot plants, and the function is for the mechanical support. Now the next is stilt root. You will see this in sugarcane and maize and pendanus. Let me remind you, pendanus is that plant in which you will see multi-layered root cap. So just a reminder, in this kind of plants, first of all, you will see stilt root in case of monocot. These all plants are monocot. In this, you will see the stem is very long. The stem goes for very good height. So, in that case, these are the nodes. So, from the lower nodes, you will see the roots are coming and they are moving towards the ground and helping the plant for extra support. So this kind of roots which grows from the nodes, which grows from the stem, and this is helping the plant is supporting it. So this kind of stilt root is known as the root which helps in mechanical support. So prop root in dicot and stilt root in monocot. Third type is buttressing root. You will see this root in rubber tree. Scientific name of this is Ficus religiosa. In this type of plant tree, what you will see, there are horizontal roots are coming out from the lower part of the stem which supports the huge plant. Such kind of horizontal roots are called as buttressing root. Last one in this category is first I told you prop root, stilt root, buttressing and climbing or clinging roots. Basically, these roots you will see in case of plants which are having weak stem, as the stem is not that strong to make the plant completely upright. वो पूरे plant को support नहीं कर सकते to stand upright. So in that case, the plant, this is the stem, these are the nodes. From the nodes, you will see leaves, and to support this weak stem, roots are coming out from that nodes of the stem. So this is the climbing root which you are finding in the weak stem plants. Example of this is pothos, and you will see same thing in case of beetle plants, जहाँ पे पान के पत्ते जिसे बोलते हैं हम, उन trees, उन plants में भी आपको ऐसे clinging और climbing roots देखने को मिलेंगे. Those roots are coming out from the nodes of the stem which helps in clinging it to the any wall, any surface, and they will get a support from this root. So we have done with the category of mechanical support, and this is in the modification of adventitious root. So you can take a screenshot. Now let's start with the next category. So let's start with the second category. In this, the first kind of storage of food you will see in case of sweet potato, and that is tuberous root. Okay, here you see that, let me draw the leaves. So this is the stem, fine, and from the nodes of the stem, many underground roots are coming out. Out of so many roots, only one root will store the food and it will increase in area, and it is having irregular shape. That is why we call it as a tuberous root. So remember this, from the node of the stem, this is the underground modified part of the root. From the node of stem, so many roots are coming out, and from these roots, only one will store the food and it will become irregular swollen structure. Same here. So this kind of modified adventitious root is tuberous root, and it's the function of storing food. The next one is moniliform, or you can call as beaded root. Here again, as you can see the word beaded, in this case there will be swelling of root at regular interval, and it will give a beaded structure like look. Fine. You see, so you will see 1, 2, 3 beads, and this is the swelling at regular interval. Such kind of roots are called as moniliform or beaded root. You will see this kind of root in case of Mimodica. The category of bitter gourd, spiny gourd, in those category, you will see such kind of beaded roots. Fine. This is for the purpose of storing food. Now, last one is fasciculated root. And this kind of root you will see in asparagus and dahlia. Here, in this category, you will see the roots are in bunch like this. Fine. Bunch or cluster. So here in this case only one root will grow in size to store the food. Here the whole bunch will develop for storing the food. So these are the three categories for the purpose of storing food, and it is a modified form. Now let's move to the next category, that is for the other special function. Okay. So the next category is for some special function, in which we will start with the assimilatory root. And these roots are for the purpose of photosynthesis. Fine. So assimilatory roots are green and above the ground. Leaves are small and less. You will see these roots in Ctenospora. Fine. So what happens in this type of root? The plant, why the root has opted for photosynthesis, as these plants are having very few leaves and they are very small, and the photosynthetic material which they are making through photosynthesis is not that much to help the all metabolic functions of the plant. So in that case, root will opt for this function. They will go for photosynthesis so that they can prepare more food. Here in this type of root, what you will see, this is the stem, fine, and roots will grow horizontally on ground, and they will be green. And these roots, they should not go for a huge area. They should not occupy to the many large surface area. They should not occupy that. They should not spread a lot. For that, these roots will be having such kind of structure which are called as heptera. And heptera जो होता है वो इन roots को बहुत spread होने से रोकता है. Fine. So here in Ctenospora, these roots are having a specific structure on it which are called as heptera, which will control the spreading of these roots. So this photosynthetic roots you will find in Ctenospora, and the purpose of that root is for the photosynthesis, and it's also a modified function. The next one is epiphytic. We will talk about parasitic roots in N. So epiphytic root is also called as hygroscopic root. What do you mean by hygroscopic? These roots absorbs moisture from atmosphere. Okay, so these plants, the plants which are having these epiphytic roots, they will grow on huge trees. Grows on huge trees. Stem of huge trees. So why? You will find epiphytic plants in dense forest. So if they will grow on surface, they will not get enough sunlight to grow. So for that purpose, these plants will grow on huge trees so that they will get some or little amount of sunlight for photosynthesis. So these epiphytic plants, they grow on huge trees, but they never take up any kind of nutrition from the plant. Okay, so these plants are having roots which are hanging in the atmosphere. The roots are hanging and that absorbs the moisture. So they are getting moisture from the atmosphere and then sunlight and CO2 that helps enough for formation of photosynthesis. How these roots are able to absorb moisture? They are having a special kind of tissue which is known as velamen tissue, which is present around the cortex, and this is having a very special function in absorbing the moisture. So remember that epiphytic roots are never the parasitic root, because they are not taking any kind of nutrition from the tree on which they are growing. They are just getting the shelter, and that too for getting the sunlight. That is why they grows there. Fine. So this is also a kind of modification. So about hygroscopic, you will learn this word, you will read about this word related to the animal lizard. Lizard के केस में भी आप ये वर्ड के बारे में नेक्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में पढ़ेंगे, 12th स्टैंडर्ड में आपको पता चलेगा. फाइन. सो दिस इज वन मॉडिफिकेशन ऑफ adventitious root for the purpose of absorbing moisture. Now the last one is the parasitic root. So let's start with the last. So the last category is parasitic. So here in this you will see there are two categories: total or obligate parasite and partial parasite. So there are some plants, they withdraw food, nutrition from the host plant, and the part which helps in withdrawing the nutrition from the host plant is root here in this case. So you will see that you have seen the example of Cuscuta. In jungle, you have seen yellow colored thread-like structure on the, it forms a net-like structure on the tree, on the shrubs. So what happens? Suppose this is the host plant and this is the parasitic plant. You can Cuscuta. Fine. This plant get connected to the host plant through Cuscuta, through Haustoria. Fine. It is a hook-like structure like this. There will be a connection between the host and the parasitic plant, and that is called as Haustoria. Fine. So this connection is Haustoria. Fine. So now the xylem and phloem, which is present in the parasitic plant, through Haustoria, they will get connected with the xylem and phloem of the host plant like this. Fine. So this is how they withdraw the food, water, nutrition, whatever you say, directly from the xylem and phloem of the host plant. And how they are connected? They are connected with the host plant by a structure called as haustoria. Through the haustoria, the xylem and phloem of parasitic plant moves into the host plant and gets connected with the vascular tissues. This is the vascular tissue, that is xylem and phloem. Fine, and they get connected and that keeps on withdrawing the nourishment and water from the host plant. So as it is yellow in color, this is yellow in color, they lack chlorophyll. So they lack chlorophyll, so anyhow they are not able to prepare their own food, even if sunlight is there, CO2 is there, water is there. So in that case they have to withdraw complete food and water from the host plant. So such kind of plants are called as total parasite. So this haustoria is developing from the roots. That is why this kind of root is known as parasitic root. Now in case of partial parasite, these partial parasites are green plants, means they are having chlorophyll. If sunlight is present, then they will be able to prepare their own food, but in absence of sunlight, they will get the food from the host plant. One more thing is there, in this case, they will just make a connection through the xylem of host plant. Just remember this. In total parasite, there is a connection between xylem and phloem of both parasitic plant as well as host plant. But in case of partial parasite, they withdraw only water. Fine. So there will be connection through the xylem only. This is the difference between partial parasite and the total parasite. Example here is Cuscuta and example here will be Viscum. Fine. And I forgot to give example here. Here the example will be your favorite orchid. Fine. So we have learnt about the modification of adventitious root. In that, the root is adventitious root is modified for the function of mechanical support, storage of food, and for other special function. In mechanical support, I have told you, you will find different kind of structure in case of monocot and in case of dicot plants. So you will see prop root, stilt root, buttressing root, and climbing or clinging root. In case of storage of food, you will see these kind of structure in dahlia root, in sweet potato, in mimodica, and these are the tuberous root, fasciculated roots or moniliform roots. Assimilatory roots are the roots, they are modified for the function of photosynthesis. Parasitic, I told you here, they withdraw, total parasite, they will withdraw food as well as water from the host plant, and partial parasite will withdraw only water from the host plant. And the epiphytic root, they are not parasitic. Just remember this is very important line I am telling you. Not parasitic, they are autotrophic plants. Fine, they just need the shelter on huge trees for getting the sunlight. Okay, and very special tissue is velamen tissue, which is present around the cortex, which helps in withdrawing or absorbing the moisture from the atmosphere. So for today, This is all about the adventitious roots modification. In next lecture, we will move forward in this chapter. Till then, just take care, keep learning, be safe. And please comment. If you are having any doubt, message me, mail me, and you will find my email address in my description box. So thank you so much for absorbing my lecture. Till then, take care. Bye.